What's up guys, Sekapoko here, bringing another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this we're going over limit breaking, worth it or not worth it, and some of the characters that are coming out in the latest batch for One Piece Treasure Cruise. Now we recently had an update, and that was to put in some of the limit break characters as well as the entire list of what we can use. I've also included the last list in my previous video going over the news, so go ahead and hit the little card notification right above if you guys want to check out that video and all the things that came out in this latest update. So for this we're going over the update for I think it's like 6+ Mihwak as well as V1 Law and Ray Dofi and Enel, as well as some of the other rare recruits that were coming out that came out a long time ago with some newer rare recruits, and I believe Colosseum Killer is also in this batch. Before we get started, go ahead, make sure you guys hit the like button down below as well as the subscribe button down below so we get lots of support in the channel, keep the channel growing. We're over 3,000 subscribers now and we keep it strong. So guys, thank you guys so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Getting lots of support on the channel and getting lots of people helping out, so thank you so much. If you do want to get notifications every time I drop a video, make sure you hit the little bell notification down below so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Without further ado, let's go into the video and go over some of the characters that we have for One Piece Treasure Cruise for the latest limit breaks. The first unit we're going to do today is going to be the new 6+ Mihwak. Now 6+ Mihwak was just released about a week ago, and in that time he's already been proven to be a total beast. So the fact that we're already getting a limit break is really cool. I'm very excited about this, and we're able to see what he can do as far as his limit break goes. Now at his full limit break, the first thing we always go over is originally he starts at 1590 attack, which is a 100 increase from his original. If you give him 200 candies, he goes to 1790 attack, and he gets another 200 attack on top of that, putting him up to 1990 attack, which is extremely high as far as any unit goes in the entire game. If you do get him a 100 HP candies, not recovery candies, HP candy seal is going to move up to 4,700 HP. If you do the full limit break on him, he's going to move up to 5,300 HP. Holy crap, that's a lot. 5,300 HP and 1990 attack. That is an insanely high attack amount and HP amount. Very cool character. Now, the other thing that he's going to be getting is that he's going to be as a sailor, which is primarily what people use him for, but now he can use as captain because the new 6+ Mihwak is now 3.5 captain, which is great. His sailor ability is going to boost the HP of slasher characters by 120 for the first sailor ability down here, and the second sailor ability is going to be boost the attack of slasher characters by 50. Now, you're also going to get one cooldown reduction on this character, bringing him down to 17 turns as well. And with the new addition, we're also going to get a 12 turn cooldown here, which is going to be boosted down to 11 turns, which is also great. Now, the three abilities that he is going to get are going to be, let's see here, this is not an original translation. This is going to be Enrage. The first one is Enrage, the second one is Damage Reduction versus Psy, and the third one up here is going to be a crit. And it looks like the critical chance starts at 40% for a 4% chance to 4% damage. Now that follows the same chain as the V2 Fujitora, which we'll be going over very soon, is going to be a 90% chance to crit, which will be very cool to see. I definitely like this limit break. This is one of the better limit breaks, so in my eyes this is totally worth it. Starting out the gate with a great unit, very cool to see. Love it, it's awesome. Alright, the next unit we're going to have on the list is going to be V2 Fujitora. Now V2 Fujitora is a very cool unit that was just introduced on the Japanese version. He originally maxes out at 3,222 HP, 1576 attack. If you do have him fully limit broken, that is going to boost his attack over with 200 candies up to 1776, plus the limit break of usually 210 attack, moving him up to 1986 attack, I believe it, when he's fully limit broken. So that's extremely good. I really like to see that this Fujitora is getting lots of love. If we go down, I believe that's 210 attack. He's usually 210. Mihwak is the only one I saw was 200, so I didn't actually do the addition, but I believe it's 210. Now, Fujitora is going to get 3 limit breaking abilities. He's going to get Enrage, Pinch Healing, as well as Critical Hit, which is really interesting to see that he's getting Enrage, Pinch Healing,
You don't really see that too often on too many characters, but the fact he got it was really, really nice. I actually like that a lot. His Sailor abilities, he's going to boost the attack, HP, and recovery of slasher characters by 40, and his other Sailor ability is going to make Strength, Quick, Dex, and Psy, which is beneficial for this unit if your captain is a slasher character. I don't know why you would ever use this V2 Fujitora as a sub, but I'll say if you did, that's great. Now, the way his critical chance works is that he is going to max at 90% crit, which is insane. His limit break is probably one of the cooler limit breaks because he has a 90% chance to crit and deal 10% extra damage. That is awesome. You can see he starts with the new trend of limit break starting at 40% chance to crit with a 4% increased damage, and when you get to max, it is a 90% chance to crit at 10% of his extra damage. That is awesome. So far, the two legends that have been released right here are amazing. His Enrage is going to go up to 150 attack when you get it fully maxed, and his pinch healing ability is if HP is below 50% at the start of the turn, heals for 2 times character's recovery at the end of each turn when you hit a perfect. That means every time you hit a perfect, you're going to be healing for about almost 800. With 2 Fujitoras that are fully limit breaking, that's an extra 1600, which means it would for every turn you have auto heal. That is actually more than that. It's closer to like 1900 or 1800. Sorry, 1900. Probably about 1780 or so. 1778 if I'm totally exact. When he's fully maxed with no recovery gains at all, with some recovery in the limit break. I'm not sure exactly how much that's going to be, but that is a very large amount of healing with the pinch healing ability. So overall, this Fujitora is amazing. I really like this Fujitora for the limit break. He is a definite yes for me. The limit breaks trend that I've been seeing is the legends that were originally put out in limit breaks, unless some of them were like pretty good. These ones, the latest two, Mihwak and Fujitora, oh my god, they're way better than anything else I've seen. So definitely worth doing. I definitely recommend getting Fujitora as a limit break character as a priority. Very, very good unit overall. Alright, so the next unit I have on the list is going to be Rebecca. Now, I don't have Rebecca, unfortunately, which is really, which kind of stinks for the video, but I do have, I can put her up on the screen and we can go over some of her limit break, which is really great. The new Rebecca starts out at 2051 HP and goes up to 1203 attack. Now, for some of the golds in this character in the game, I actually go over some of the abilities. So her ability is deal 50,000 fixed damage to one enemy and reduce the chain multiplier limit and chain coefficient reduction by 5 turns, and change adjacent orbs into matching on a 9-turn cooldown. So, by the way, if you guys are a global player and you're not really sure if this is a good ability, this is an amazing ability. This is one of 3 characters in the entire game that has the ability to reduce chain multiplier limit and chain coefficient limit. Now, these are 2 abilities that are very, very annoying. You see them on, let's see, Raid Sabo for chain coefficient limit. For chain multiplier limit, you see it on, let's say, Colosseum Kyros, Colosseum Raizo. There's a couple other fights that are on, but chain multiplier limit is definitely an annoying ability that needs to be getting rid of. So having a character like Rebecca on your team is a very, very good way of getting rid of that chain multiplier limit. The way it works is that, let's say you have your chain multiplier at 1, and it stays at 1 no matter how many products you hit. That's kind of annoying. So you lose tons and tons of damage, and you can't use a chain locker to get rid of it. So, because the ability itself is chain lock. So, her total stats are going to be boosting. Let's see, recovery by 10, 20, so that's 60. Recovery goes up by 60, so she's going to go up to 463 recovery. That's a lot. Her attack is going to go from 1203 to 10, 30. 70 and 120. So 120, so her attack will go to 1320, so getting an extra 120 attack. And her HP is going to go up by 20, 46, 60, and 60, 120. And a 50 here. So that's 170 for the HP. So you're going to get an extra 170 HP from this character, which is pretty darn good. Overall, I'd say, did I do that math right? It was 20, 40, that's 60, 50, 110, and then another 60, yeah, 170. Okay, yeah. and that's pretty good. Her Sailor ability is going to boost the attack, HP, and recovery of striker and slasher characters by 50, which is solid. And her 2 limit break abilities is going to be pinch healing and crit. Now, her crit is really good. She starts out at 30%, going up to a 4% additional damage, and if you hit a perfect with this character, there's a 70% chance to deal 8% additional damage. That's better than a lot of units. That's really good. What I've seen is that the limit break abilities are getting way better lately. Her pinch healing ability is not so good. Her crit is really good, but her pinch healing is just not so good. If your HP is below 20% at max, you're going to heal for 1.5 this character recovery at the end of turn. Be sure after you get perfect. It's still a large amount of healing. However, the threshold at 20% makes this really difficult. So, definitely an interesting character. I don't know when you're going to use that pinch healing ability, but it could be useful at some point. With her added Sailor ability, you're going to have a lot of recovery on this character, so it could be good. And coupled with other couple of units that have the pinch healing, maybe it is going to be good, and maybe I'm just not seeing it. But definitely an interesting unit. I definitely like this unit since he is a slasher striker. You can put her on, say, a Law team with that pinch healing, and then just like stack the pinch healing and see how high your healing goes. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool to see. V2 Law is definitely going to see some interesting play here, so I'm interested to see with all these pinch healing characters what's going to happen. Alright, so the next character we have is Violet. Now, Violet is an interesting unit that came out recently, and she is going to be a slash super character, maxing out at 1,999 HP and 1,099 attack. She's going to boost the attack in all characters by 1.5 and give berries by 2.5, which is good now because limit breaking costs a lot of berries. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a lot of people. Okay, so when she's fully limit breaking, she's going to need an extra 170 HP, putting her at 2,169 HP, and she's going to be put at 1,319 attack when she is fully max limit broken. 219? Yeah, 1,219, not 300. 1,219. Now, her special ability is change recover TNT, empty, block orbs into matching, and reduce paralysis and silence duration by 2 turns, as well as add 0.5 to the chain multiplier for 1 turn. Overall, as a sub, being able to reduce paralysis and silence and giving a chain multiplier boost is pretty sweet, as well as giving some kind of orb manipulation along with that is also pretty sweet, with no class restrictions. So overall, as a unit, this Violet is an amazing utility unit that does a lot of different things and will be useful for other content. I'm definitely looking forward to using this unit on other teams. Now, her first ability is pinch healing again, and the second ability is going to be critical hit, seeing a trend on this whole batch, which is really cool. All of these units seem to have a 70% chance to deal 8% extra damage, which is awesome, as well as get that extra healing. So I'm definitely seeing an interesting thing when you're limit breaking the entire Fujitora batch here, that we're going to see some crazy numbers. Her Sailor ability is going to reduce paralysis on duration on herself by 1 turn, which is kind of a crappy Sailor ability. And then she's also going to reduce her cooldown by 1 turn here. Overall, for her, for everyone in her batch, so far I'm saying yes, because we've seen that Rebecca so far and Violet so far are just really, really good. If we go to Colosseum, the new Kyros, which we're going to be talking about now, he's going to max out at 1496 attack. He's an amazing unit. 2,096 HP. He's going to max out with an extra 20, 25, and 30. So that'll be 55, 75, and another HP, and another 65, so 75. 140 HP, putting him at 2246, 2236 HP, and his attack is going to go up by 20, 30, that's 50, and another 100, so it's another 100, so he's going to get to 1596 attack, which is really high for any unit. Very, very good limit right there. His special ability, of course, increases the damage that slashers do by 1.75 for 3 turns, and reduces Binding Despair by 2 turns, as well as doing 30 times attack and straight damage to one enemy. So all that is really, really strong. It's an amazing unit. Nothing's wrong with it. Awesome, awesome unit. He of course is gonna get, instead of getting pinch healing, he's gonna get enrage here, and the enrage is gonna increase his attack by 150, which is awesome. That means if you took like a preemptive hit or something like that, or a preemptive HP cut, that means you're gonna get this character 150 extra attack when you're bursting. Oh my god, that's so strong. Plus he gets the 70% crit at 8%, so he's a definite yes as well. Holy crap, these limit breaks are good. I am really excited. Alright, the next we have the new Bellamy. The new Bellamy maxes out at 2800 HP with an extra 1308 attack, putting him up to 3020 HP and 1408 attack when he's fully limit broken. His captain ability is boost the attack of driven characters by 2.75 flat, so already a really good driven captain. Very, very strong already. Definitely an interesting character to put in just to get a driven captain, so that's really, really interesting as well. His special ability is going to reduce the crew's HP by 50% and deal 10 times the amount in HP subtracted in typeless damage to one enemy. He's also going to deal reduce enemy's threshold, damage reduction, increase defense up, and attack duration by 3 turns. He is also going to change his own orb into Psy, and his sailor ability initially is to increase his attack against int units by 1.1, so he already gets a mini boost from himself, which is a really strong sailor ability. Now his first, he's going to get enrage as well as bind slot reduction, so he's the first character on this whole batch not getting any, not getting everything that we've seen for pinch healing. I mean, for getting crit. So main reason is because he's down the slasher. He's a fighter and driven unit. He is going to have his enrage is going to put him up to 150 extra enrage, and his bind slot reduction is going to reduce it at max at 8 turns of slot bind reduction. Overall, he's going to have another sailor ability that if Bellamy has a Psy orb and you hit him perfect with him, you keep his Psy orb. So that's pretty cool. It's an interesting mechanic there. Definitely overall, he's a really cool unit. My thought on this character is actually no. This is the only one of the new batch I don't find worth limit breaking. You don't really get too much out of his limit break is the main reason. Only thing that I see that you really get that's really, really nice is that sailor ability at 14 turns. And even then, that sailor ability on the TS Chopper is kind of an older sailor ability. It's the TS Chopper sailor ability where you just like keep the strength over and over and over. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't help like a lot. It's just like one of those meme things. You're like, oh, I got a Psy orb. Oh, I'm gonna keep my Psy orb. No, I lost my Psy orb. Doesn't help. I mean, I haven't felt like it helped, but you know, it could help like sometimes, but I don't see it. I don't see it. Right, the next unit on the list is going to be Colosseum Raizo, and I am so mad at this dude, but his stats are so high. Like I didn't even know his max stats were really high. Like I'm getting him to like, he's at 1349 attack for me right now, and I'm like, he goes up to 1500 attack? There's no way. He's at level 93. Is that right? Is that right? I don't know, it could be right. I kind of want to get a max level now to test this and see if Solaris is wrong, which I might do. Cut. Wrong, Solaris. Add action. Wrong. 1399 attack, Solaris. Wrong. Didn't get the HP stat right. Maybe with the fully limit broken. I don't know if he actually did this with fully limit broken, but like that would be a whole new trend if he did that. Like he hasn't done that yet. I think it is though. So if you add in the limit break, it is 1519 attack, and if you add in the HP, it is 2322 attack. So he added in the limit break. This is the only character in the entire database that I've seen him add in the limit break stats to the max character HP and attack. So totally fine. Everybody messes up a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of information here for the database, not gonna lie. Solaris is number 1, by the way. If you don't know who Solaris 333 is, the person that maintains and runs the database right now is Solaris 333.
along with Zini. So. Thanks, guys. So Raizo's captain ability reduces cooldown of specials by 2 turns, as well as at the start of the fight, as well as boost shooters by 2.5. He has a great special ability. Overall, a really good unit. Let's look at his limit break. All right, so his limit break for stats is going to give him an extra 50 recovery, which is going to put him at 372 recovery, as we can see. So these right here is max limit broken stats over there. His sailor ability is going to boost the attack, HP, and recovery of shooter characters by 30. And his second sailor ability that you get is going to boost the attack of shooters by 50. So you're basically getting an 80 attack on shooter characters by having this unit on your team, which is great, and getting some other stats as well. His 2 limit break abilities are going to be critical hit as well as barrier penetration. But as you can see, he's going to get a 30% chance to crit at 9% extra damage. But he has the ability to go through barriers if your team is above 50% HP. What I find really interesting about shooter characters and going through barriers is that Stronghold Ace exists. Like, why would you even create an HP reducing team that does AoE as a shooter booster? And like, Stronghold Ace completely defies the entire limit breaking meta. 6+ Ace is just trash for all limit breaking, man. It just, it bugs me, man. Bandai, you did a really bad job with 6+ Ace, but everything else, you've been pretty good. 6+ Ace, you did a really bad job. Alright, so this character will ignore barriers if above 50%. Overall, yeah, this is pretty worth it. I'd say this is okay, because since this is farmable, this is easy to attain to get all the limit break stuff in. You're not going to use too many crystals on this. Blue characters, there aren't like a ton of blue characters that are really good limit breaks. Let's just check this here. Yeah, there's not a ton of blue characters with really good limit breaks right now, so I'd say if you're going to be using your blue crystals, right now this is probably one of the better units to use your blue crystals on. So yeah, I guess this is worth it. Sure. In action. Okay, so I actually had to evolve Alliance on Zoro because I was really curious what this limit break was going to be. So it looks like we're going to get a lot of cooldown on this guy. So you start out of the gate with 2, 4, 6, 9, 13 cooldown reduction. Holy crap! So this character goes down to 5 turns. Too bad his special sucks. What the hell? I mean, they gave this guy, he's an 18 turn cooldown, now he goes into 5 characters, but his special abilities does 25 characters attack damage and dex damage to 1 enemy. Why would you who limit breaks this character? Whatever, okay, good. Alright, if reduced damage received by 80% if the character is above 99% at the start of the turn. So now he's also going to do 1.5 times HP or attack in addition to this. I don't know. No, Bandai. No, stop trying to make Lion Song Zoro good. Lion Song Zoro is trash. He gets 2 sailor abilities. I don't want to read him. He's trash. Don't get him. Alright, next up we have Vista. And Vista is going to get an extra 125 attack here, so that's going to put him up at 1450 attack, and he's going to get an extra 250 HP, putting him up at over 3000 HP. And he's going to have 3/2 cooldown reduction, putting him down to 7 turns. Huh. 7 turns. He's also going to get 2 sailor abilities, the first of which it looks like it's going to be 50 stats or 50 attack to something, and he's also going to be has the ability to retain int orbs. Interesting. So he has the TS Chopper ability to retain those int orbs. Very cool. Interesting limit break. I'm on the fence. Yeah, 7. Like, okay, so if you're below like 350, probably not. But if you're like me and you love speed teams, Vista's really good on speed teams because he does fixed damage on like one of the shortest cooldowns. So now he's going to be on 7 turns at 5k fixed damage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 7 turns. That's pretty good. So for me, maybe I might do it for the memes just because I like speed teams. But if you're not TSF status and you're not going for that stuff, like that kind of level of play, probably not. We have OG Law. Now OG Law is going to have 1300 attack, putting him up to 1430 attack when he's all said and done. Now, he had one of the cooler abilities back in the day where you could change orbs into Dex, Recovery, and TND. That was cool. That was cool because you could use another ability to change Recovery in Tandem into Matching or Recovery in Tandem into Dex, which is great. So that was a really interesting character to use. He also used Blenheim to make him beneficial. Awesome. Like, weird meta that we had to use way back in the day for orb manipulation. So he is gonna get looks like 2 cooldown reduction. So it's gonna move from 10 turns down to 8 turns. Very interesting there. You get some sailor abilities. I don't think, no matter what the sailor abilities are, I didn't really read them. Probably not worth limit breaking, to be honest, because they didn't do something with this character like increasing his captain ability or something like that. He's gonna get looks like 5% chance to crit, and he's also, oh no, that was pitch healing, I think. Yeah, still not worth it. You're gonna suck enough. Next on the list, we're on to V1 Law. So V1 Law is going to max out at 1484 attack originally. Going to have 2790 HP, and it doesn't look like Solaris put the limit break stuff in here for him yet, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. All right, so for the limit breaking here, we're going to get an extra 210 attack, putting him up to 1694 attack. Which is pretty darn high so far. So that when he's fully candy, he's going to max out at 1894 attack, which is pretty good for a V1 Law, I'm not going to lie. His HP is going to go up to 3,230, and then with candies, it'll be 3,530. Oh, sorry, 3,730, not 3,730, which is pretty high. Not bad. Now he's gonna get what he really needed, which is cooldown reduction. Yay! So his cooldown goes down by 4, which is really nice. So he's gonna be put down to 9 turns on his 13 turn special as well, and he's gonna be put down to 16 turns on his 20 turn special. Now the thing about this law that makes him really, really strong is that he is a free spirit and slasher captain. Now, a lot of people don't like this V1 Law because you have to hit perfects all the time, but like every character in the game relies on hitting perfects, so who cares? If they don't, it's good, great, perfect. So he's going to boost the attack and slasher free spirit characters by 2 times at the start of the chain, 3 times after the 3rd perfect, 4 times after the 5th perfect. So he's a 4x multiplier on the last hit, which is really strong. Very, very, very similar to V2 Lucci. So he does less damage than V2 Lucci, but he is very similar. Now, the thing that makes him really strong is his special ability is so unique. There's nothing else like it in the game. Makes it so that damage and health cutting specials bypass all defensive buffs. And it also does 50 times his attack and fixed damage to one enemy. So if you get him all fully candied as well as fully limit broken, that attack is going to now, I think, break 100k. So it's 100k that goes through damage immunity. That's right, you can go through damage, armor, damage immunity, everything. This attack goes through everything. It's the only thing in the entire game that goes through absolutely everything. So, there's one other one. I can't remember what it is. What's the other one that goes through damage immunity? Nothing, right? I don't think of it. I think the only thing else that goes through damage immunity is like poison or something. I don't even know if poison goes through. Now, overall, this law is really old, still very strong as a unit goes, decent captain, and with the new addition of 6+ Mihwak, he's probably not going to be used as a captain as much, but as a sub, holy crap, he's going to be good. He's going to be extremely strong for 6+ Mihwak teams because the new 6+ Mihwak has that amazing ability to have a 60% attack go through for the next turn. Now, with the ability of this law, it makes damage, HP cutting specials, and bypass all characters, man. Whew. So that means if there are 5 characters with barriers on the following turn, you can pop up this law and then in-talk the entire room. It's awesome. Love it. Love it. So that's really good. That's super good. Super good. So I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes to this law. If you have this law, yeah, this is worth it. especially since his cooldown goes down to 16 turns. That's usable now. The biggest problem with this law was like he wasn't usable before. Now he's usable, so we're gonna see some interesting stuff. Unit on the rocket docket is going to be this the old OG 3-Day 2-Eye Zoro. Now OG 3-Day 2-Eye Zoro was the original awesome character that you wanted to pull for your slasher teams because he was a 2-turn 1.75 booster. Super good still, very strong unit overall. Now what they're doing to him is just what he needed, was lowering his cooldown reduction. So that's awesome. He's going to be moving down from an 18-turn cooldown down to a 15-turn cooldown. Nice. He's going to get an extra 110 attack. Awesome. So he's going to be at 1500 attack. And he's going to get an extra 210 HP, putting him over 3000. I think it's like 3040 he's going to be at. That's pretty nice. Now his captain ability originally was boost the attack of slasher characters by 2.75 if your HP is below 30% at the start of the turn. Now he's, as you can see, getting a captain ability buff here, which is going to increase his captain ability to, I believe, 3x. So let me just double check that. Cut. So his captain ability, I can't translate. I'm gonna need a translator, but that's an interesting captain ability that he has here. He's going to gain 2 abilities. He's going to gain, let's see here. He's going to get Enrage, and the second ability is going to be Crit, and he starts at 40% crit, going up to, is it 40 and 4? Is it 44? Yeah. So he's going to be a 90% critter. Or not 90%, 70% crit character. That's going to be really strong. Definitely interesting. I've already maxed mine. I'm actually kind of curious if I should keep going because a 15-turn cooldown would be really good on the Zoro, man. 15-turn cooldown would be awesome. His 11-turn special would go down to, which is a 1.5 attack on himself, would go down to 8 turns. His 15-turn special, which is attack slash carries was 1.5 for 2 turns, would go down to 12 turns, and his tier 3 is, of course, we're going to 15. His biggest problem was, of course, his cooldown was too long at 18 turns, but now that he's going to go to 15 turns, I'm a little on the fence if I want to do that or not. If you don't have the new Kyros, this would definitely be worth it, but I'm not sure how much worth it, because we haven't gone over TS Brook yet, so I would probably be the next step. Time skip Brook. Time skip Brook is going to have 1317 attack originally. He's going to get an extra 70 attack, which is putting him at 1387 attack. Kind of low for a limit break, but okay. He's going to be putting at 2,571 HP and gets an extra 120 recovery, which is a really high amount of recovery. So that's at 449 recovery. He's going to get a couple things for his limit break. First thing he gets is going to be damage reduction, and the second thing he's going to get for his limit break is going to be crit as well. So kind of an interesting. You're going to get Psy damage reduction, and we're going to see some crit. His sailor ability, his original sailor ability is reduced paralysis on this character, and this sailor ability is going to, it says recover 1 turn of paralysis. What? Doesn't make any sense because you completely resist paralysis. What? Is that right? It says, I recover 1 turn of my numbness. That can't be right. Because he already completely resists paralysis. So, like, it says, I recover 1 turn of my numbness as the directional twist. That can't be right. I think they messed up. Like, I don't really know. This is really weird because his original sailor ability is completely resist paralysis, so I'm not sure why that's there. He does get crit, so that's interesting. No cooldown reduction on this character. No extra sockets, nothing. I'm gonna say no for now. Yeah. Alright, next up we're gonna be doing Haruta. Haruta is gonna originally max at 1309 attack, putting him up to 1449 attack. His HP goes up to 100, extra 190, putting him over 2200. And his original captain ability is, of course, the duping. You're not going to see anything different there. It looks like they're just trying to increase his viability as a sub. He is going to gain Enrage as his first ability, and his second ability is going to be crit, but it's a good crit because it's Slasher. And it looks like the entire Slasher set is going to get some insane crits. So Slasher and crit is like the thing, man. It is super strong. His sailor ability that he's going to gain is going to be, if you hit perfect, looks like you retain the int orb in the next turn. So overall, I mean, this character, he's a good character for like really interesting speed teams, or if you need to rewind your cooldowns. To be honest, I'd say no. I don't really see this being a super useful limit break for a lot of people. Alright, so the next one's going to be Alright, and the next we have Pedro. Now Pedro is going to originally max at 1438 attack, which puts him, it's an extra 115 attack on this Pedro. He's going to go up to 1553, that's weird. You get an extra 60 recovery, so that's, just, okay, whatever. All that. He's going to get crit. He's going to be at that 40% chance and get 4% extra crit, and he's a cerebral unit, and cerebral units will see a ton of people getting those, but he is, as his first sailor ability, is going to have, it looks like it's like recover 1 turn of paralysis. Oh, no. His, wait, what, is that slot sealed? Oh, he recovers 1 turn of slot seal. Oh, so you have slot seal. So it's slot seal and crit. Interesting. He's also going to get 1 cooldown reduction, putting him down to 12 turns in his cooldown. And he's going to get a sailor ability, which helps him retain int orbs. This seems to be a trend. Alright, so the next character on the list, we're going to have OG Shanks. Now, OG Shanks gets an insane stat boost. They really wanted to bring this character back. He's going to get an extra 600 HP, which putting him at 2718 attack HP. He's getting an extra 350 attack, putting him at 1260. Is that right? No. Let's see. It's 13. Yeah, 1340 attack. That's pretty high for OG Shanks. All right, that's a big increase. Gets extra 40 recovery, and his big thing is he gets 14 turns reduced on his cooldown. Okay. Sure, all right, whatever. Now here's the thing that triggers me. This is the thing that triggers me. They are going to increase his captain ability. That's right, OG Shanks. You know how we talk about making old characters good again? This is how good he made him. This is how good they did. They made him so good that he is now going to increase Psy by 2.75 flat! No restrictions! The hell, Bandai? That's messed up! That's really messed up! You can use this in tandem with 6+ Shanks? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh my god, Bandai. What? Why do you do this? They're also going to make it so that he is going to boost recovery by 1.2 so you can heal on this character. I don't know, man. Bandai. You need to fix 6+ Shanks now. You really need to fix 6+ Shanks. This triggers me. I'm happy this character got good. He's a decent attack. Now he's a decent captain now. He's 2.75 Psy captain. That's pretty good. You made him good again. All right. It's pretty darn good. Especially since he's a gold character from freaking 3 years ago. Oh my gosh. Remember when this character was really good? Now he's good again. Wow. 2.75. But the only thing he sucks about is that he is only going to deal... His special ability is trash. Like, he doesn't do anything. He's just a captain. Oh man, that's... If you really need a side captain, sure, I'll say yes. I'll say yes. The next character on the list is going to be 3-day 2-eye Brook. Now, 3-day 2-eye Brook has a 16 turn cooldown originally. He gets minus 10 cooldown, which puts him down to 6 turns. So he's a 6 turn random side damage or randomizer. He's also going to get crit and damage reduction. Invincible. Yeah, of course it's a pass, but what? Why do all the like really crappy units get like super like overblown up limit breaks? It's crazy. All right. The next character we got on the list is Bowling Zoro, who gets a captain ability increase. I'm not really sure what it is. I don't really care. It's Bowling Zoro. Who cares? What are his stat increases? Is it even worth it? He gets minus 7 cooldown. That's pretty good. All right. So the thing about this character, what that makes him interesting, is that he is going to increase. He's going to give you 3 Dex orbs guaranteed and deal 1,000 fixed damage, which is interesting. It might be useful, and now he's going to be on a 7 turn cooldown, so that's okay. His attack's medium. He's going to get his first limit break ability is, it looks like, Enrage, and the second one is going to be crits, so Enrage and crit on him as well, so he's going to get part of that 40% crit meta. What's going on right now? No, of course, because he's a crap character. So we got Suleiman on the list. Suleiman is only getting attack. He's not getting recovery. He's going to go up to 1630 attack. They really wanted to bring this guy back for some reason. What? 1630 attack is pretty freaking high. He's also going to have... is that a plus 60 in rage? Oh, it's plus 30. Okay. Plus 30 in rage. And he's only going to have 40% crit. So he's going to have the 30 and 60 here, and then he's also going to boost the attack up, looks like slashers by 60, or maybe Psy, I don't really care. It's kind of a crap tower unit, and he looks like he's going to have the Psy orb retention, if I'm reading that right. I don't really care though. He's going to reduce his cooldown by 7, putting him from 14 turns down to 7 turns. It's going to be deal 13 times attack and Psy damage to all enemies, and change Old Orb and Captain Orb into matching, so decent there. His captain ability is really not worth using unless you're on a total speed team. To be honest, I'd say no. Suleiman it's just a waste of a spot at this point. I mean, if you really want a really heavy side beat stick, sure, but otherwise no. Colosseum Vista. Now Colosseum Vista is a really old unit that's just going to change bottom row into matching for whoever you want. It's going to get an extra 100 attacks, and so 1357 attack. How much cooldown is he getting? He's getting 3 cooldown, putting him down to 9 turns. So 9 turns bottom row matching. Interesting there. He's going to get 2 sailor abilities. One's 50 plus probably stats or attack, and his second sailor ability is going to be retain quick orb. But this whole batch for slashers is really interesting. Lots of interesting stuff there. He of course is going to get slot bind reduction and crit. No. Don't do this to him. Next on the list we have Colosseum Killer. Now Colosseum Killer was a really good orb manipulator back in the day. Still a very good unit overall. Now the thing that I really like this squad is now he's going to move from 8 turns down to 6 turns. I thought it was 7 turns. No, he's 8. Okay, so he's going to move down to 6 turns, which is really cool because what he does is changes strength and quick into matching, and he's actually a really good captain. He's a 2.75 striker and slasher captain, but he's going to, if they have a matching orb, 2 times otherwise, and he's going to reduce cover recovery to 0, which is interesting as well. He has a decent sailor ability, so it's going to be 30 to stats, as well as giving plus, I think it's going to be 30 to stats and 60 to attack, so that's going to be interesting. And
His first ability is going to be Slava, and the second is going to be Crit. So my overall impression of Killer is actually a yes. Even though you're not getting too much attack off this guy, actually you're getting a ton, so you'll be 1534 attack. A 6-turn cooldown on a really good orb manipulator for slashers and strikers, plus a very high attack stat and a good sailor ability. There's nothing bad about this limit break. No, like Colosseum Killer is still a really good unit for many different people, and he's a good captain if you want to do a striker captain. Plus he has good sailor abilities if you want to use the sailor. Obviously he's not an optimal unit on a lot of different slasher teams and striker teams now, but he's still extremely strong and very versatile. So definitely a good unit, and I say yes to this limit break because I love this unit. He's a really strong unit. Okay, so the next character on the list is going to be Ray Dofi. My initial thought, just by looking at the start of this limit break tree, is no, because there's no socket. What the heck? But alright, whatever. So he's going to go to 1590 attack. That part's pretty cool. His attack stat goes way higher. His sailor ability is going to increase the attack, HP, and recovery of slashers by 30, and he's also going to increase the attack of slashers by 60 here. He's going to get 2 limit break abilities. One is going to be anti-heal? Is that anti-heal? Or is that slot bind? I thought this looks like anti-heal to me. It says disabled state. Yeah. This is anti-heal. So like it recovers 1 turn of anti-heal. So he's got anti-healing and crit. Now his attack stat's really high, so I'm a little on the fence, but I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get a socket. Like, I don't really get it. So, I'm gonna say no, to be honest. I mean, the sailors are really nice. So if you really want the sailor ability, it's great. And the crit, great, but... I think I kind of let down. So for now, we're gonna get Legend Enel. Oh, no, I'm kidding. Raid Enel. So Raid Enel maxes out at 234 recovery, and now he's gonna get an extra 50 recovery, which is really interesting to me. So if we put Legend 234 plus 100 recovery candies plus the extra 50 we're getting recovery, that puts him up to 384 recovery. With his captain ability, he is going to heal 5 times recovery, so times 5. That is going to up to 1920 recovery. Multiply that times 2. That's 3,840 healing per turn plus 1,000. Meaning, so the highest you can actually heal is 4,840 per turn on your Enel teams now. Okay, let's say it's good. Let's play the game. We'll play the game. He goes from 17 turns down to 16 turns. Okay. He's gonna get 60 attack, and he's also gonna be 60 attack. Probably the striker is a quick character. I don't really care, because if you use him as a sub, it's okay. And you're gonna be able to keep the quick orbs. Okay. He's gonna be getting an extra 100 attack, putting him up to 1570 attack, and an extra 190 recovery, putting him up to 2700 HP. No. Alright, so for Sanji, we're gonna get 2 cooldown reduction. Interesting. Vista got 3. He gets 2. Okay, so my initial reaction so far is I'm intrigued because he's 50k fixed damage. I'm intrigued. He's also going to boost his own attack by 1.5, which is intriguing. His sailor ability looks like he's going to be able to retain his orb. But that looks like a meat orb or a tandem orb. I'm not really sure. And then he's also going to get 40 stats. It's probably power or something like that. I'm gonna say no. He gets damage reduction and crit, but his crit's crappy, so I'm gonna say no. 5 plus Sanji's a no. Alright guys, well that's gonna do it for the limit breaking guide for this set of units. I'm Sekapoko, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below, and of course, have a great rest of your day. Peace.